Peace and love, YouTube. Today, I'm coming at you with my wizard guide and build. I've been requested by multiple people, so I figure it's about time that I get this released to you guys. I'm gonna cover my armor and my weapons being included in that. My pre-awakened skills that I use in my awakened build. I'll also cover my awakened skills. Um, I will also link a pre-awakened build in the description as well as my awakened build in the description. Um, Next, after that, I will cover hotkeys, uh, buffs, super armor rotations, CC and initiation skills in PvP, as well as PvP combos and PvE clear. That being said, let's go ahead and get started. Um, my armor is actually 2-piece heave, 1-piece Granil, and then I have red nose. So I will say that if you can't get Dimtree is better than red nose. However, if it is too difficult for you to get red nose, too difficult for you to get Dimtree, then go with the red nose, because the main thing about boss armor compared to green armor are the hidden stats. The evasion is much higher and the DR is very good. And also, as I start to get more boss pieces, I will then be collecting my 200 stamina set effect. So that being said, Dimtree is better, it's best in slot, but Red Nose is easier accessible, and it's a huge increase from Red Nose. So the Heave helmet is best in slot once pinned for the evasion. Uh, I will switch to Griffins maybe in the future. However, right now I'm wearing Heaves. I may start to take this to pin. That may be my first piece I take to pin, and if I get it to pin, then I will keep it as it is best in slot for the evasion build. The Heave boots, honestly, um, I went Heave, chest, and boots because I knew it was going to be easier for me to get Red Nose over Muskins. I currently have 3 pre-orders on Muskins, actually might be 4, and it's very difficult for me to get those pieces. So that being said, the Heave chest is better than Granil chest. If you don't have boss armor, obviously I would choose Heave chest over Granil, simply because the Heave chest is lighter. But that being said, I'm wearing Kudum because I farm in-game grind spots. If you're not farming in-game grind spots, then the Kudum is not necessary, right? Obviously, Zarka's staff and the Blue Awakening weapon, which I took to Ultimate. The Blue Awakening weapon over the green because the blue has PvP stats, whereas the green is more inclined for PvE. Um, Dandelion should be out soon. That will be replaced with Dandy. Muskin boots will replace my Heave once I get those. Obviously, gonna be best in slot for the evasion build. The Grundle gloves, I may actually keep for a while because currently I don't really need the accuracy of bags. I kind of just want the DP of my Grundle. Eventually, I may swap over to bags because that accuracy is very vital. However, at this moment in PS4 and BDO, I just don't typically need it. That being said, let's start with my accessories. Currently, I have a dual Ruby Manos for the DP, the accuracy, and the evasion. Once I get to Pet Earring of Sealed Magical Power, I will switch out this Ruby Manos earring, and then I will change out my Ancient Weapon Core for a Tri-Centaur belt. But as of right now, this is the way I'm balancing my stats as a hybrid. I have the Ruby Manos 12, which in my PvP pairing dagger, I reach very close to the last DP bracket. Once I take my parrying dagger to Tet, then I will be most definitely at that last DP bracket. And again, I will reiterate, this parrying dagger is specifically for PvP. My Kudum is for PvE. But my parrying dagger balances my stats to where I'm very tanky. With the Ruby Manos, I'm able to eventually, like I said, once I take the time to actually upgrade it, I'm going to be at that last DP bracket. Um, the evasion is better than the Tri Earring of Still Magical Power at this moment. Once I go to Tet, the Earring of Still Magical Power will be best in slot. Tet or Tet to pin, depending on how far I feel like taking it. I will go through these very soon and go through the Centaur belt after I get Muscles. So again, the Tri Earring of Still Magical Power. This is crucial for the evasion. For the AP and DP balance, this is perfect for a hybrid build. Sissil's necklace is equivalent to an ogre's necklace for a hybrid because it has 20 stats at duo, just like an ogre's, but it is split between AP and DP, which is making me much more balanced. Balance is very important on a wizard, in my opinion, as you want to be tanky, you do not want to die quickly, but you also want to do damage. I will cover my crystals later because my crystals are not currently complete. My crystals are very placeholder and will be replaced with either precision or RBF crystals very soon. Most likely the update won't be here soon enough, so I will be replacing them with RBF crystals. So red core rings, obviously these are best in slot for a hybrid. Red core rings are essential simply because of the AP and the DP balance. The accuracy is important and the damage reduction helps stack with the evasion. DR and evasion is both important, but when you have both, it is very, very, very hard to kill me. It takes various combos and a very lazy approach for me before I die in 1v1. AP builds just cannot cut through the 347 DP bracket, and the evasion that I get from my parrying dagger makes me very hard to hit. That being said, for my crystals, I will start to change out my gloves, my chest, and then my helmet crystals outside of the cast speed crystals for RBF human damage crystals, because the human damage is going to be very essential for my build. I just don't really need the crit, I need the human damage. I don't really truly even need the HP or the special evasion, I need the human damage. But before I get those RBF crystals, I am currently stacking 1 luck, 1 special evasion. If you want to go for pure PvP, you want to stack for special evasion. I have the luck slotted because I just need my money until I reach end game. For my boots, I'm running swiftness crystals. For my dagger, I'm running HP, black spirit crystals, obviously HP and AP. The helmet is it's memories. And for my staff, I'm rocking power crystals, right? Again, these are subject to change as I get those RBF crystals. These are all subject to change. So after my armor, my weapons, obviously like I said, my PvE, Kudum, PvP, parry, I have these slotted so I can quick switch. After these weapons, alright, so I'm not going to cover too much on my skills. I will just say that I am using the skills that I am using because they work for me in PvP and PvE. Now, for my buffs, I am constantly using Speed Spell off cooldown and Spellbound Heart, right? Now, the way that I use my sages is I will sage into a PA, protected area, and then a meteor. It's very simple. I will also sage if necessary in order to instant heal my entire party with Healing Lighthouse. However, most of my skills are going to be very self-explainable. I will personally put my build in the description, a pre-awakening build and an awakened build. So just make sure you check it out there. It just doesn't really take much explanation for the awakened skills because you're getting all of the awakened skills. And you're getting them all because they're all useful. And after you've gotten all of your awakening skills, that is when you want to start going into the pre-awakening skills. I personally stance and switch between awakening and pre-awakening very often. I will water spirit into an absolute fireball explosion, or I will sage into a meteor, or I will teleport into a group of enemies. I will speed spell, teleport into a group of enemies, and then I will actually earthquake, right? The reason I have my ring menu set up the way it is because I have potions on this ring menu, experience potions as well included, so I can hotkey. That one changes periodically depending on what I'm doing. I have the guild ping on the left ring part of the ring menu, and I have my weapons that I switch between, my including my bronze PvP dagger, and then my spellbound heart. I have healing lighthouse, healing aura. I have sage, speed spell, and then I have all of my miscellaneous quest items, etc. Chat, um, PvP toggle flag on one ring menu. Again, my heal, water sphere, because water sphere allows you to switch from pre-awakening to awakening while attacking. Water sphere will instant swap you from pre-awakening to awakening. Absolute fireball will swap you to pre-awakening from awakening. Those are my ring menu settings. Again, the build will be in the description. For my skill add-ons, I am using Earthquake PvP attack and defense because defense is necessary when you're in the middle of a crowd using Earthquake. Meteor Shower attack speed decrease and movement speed decrease to debuff the opponents. Once I hit them with Meteor, they will be slower getting up, and they will move slower and attack slower, so it's going to be harder for them to escape after they get CC with Meteor Shower. Fireball Explosion for the defense and for the chance of down smash, because while using this, it is unsafe. I want the defense buff so that once I use Explosion and I teleport into a crowd of enemies, I have more defense to do more damage. All debuffs on Aqua Gel and Cataclysm for movement speed and bleeding damage. Movement speed and bleeding damage on Cataclysm as well. Bolt of Destruction, accuracy, and again another damage over time, the burn damage. Your skill add-ons for your awakening are all about debuffing your opponent and giving yourself the advantage in the fight. You always want your opponent to be slower. And once you hit them with any of these skills, the fact that they are slower than you allows you to continue to combo even if they can escape. Now, for my hotkeys, I am currently on X main attack, R2 secondary. You can kind of just see, right? Character interaction square, that's the way how I switch my weapons. My buff is L1. My special buff actions are R1. Special action 3 is circle. So let me start by showing you my super armor rotation. It is going to be Cataclysm into a Bolides into a water gel. And I say this because Bolides is your strongest hitting skill. So when you Cataclysm and you knock them on the ground, you Bolides into your strongest hitting skill into a water gel. Bolides are going to debuff them with water prison. If you can get this combo off, not only are all these skills super armored, so you're safe while using them, you're holding backwards in between the combos, you're completely safe while attacking, and no one can CC you unless they grab. Right? That is your main super armor rotation. Again, Cataclysm, Bolides, Aqua Gel, back into a Cataclysm, rinse and repeat. Hellfire is not safe. Do not use this unless you are 100% positive you can hit. So therefore, you should only be using Hellfire in combination with other skills, right? So your main CC skills are going to be Water Sphere and Fireball and Fireball Explosion. That is when you are ranging an opponent. If you don't have the skill points for Fireball Explosion, you Water Sphere. Immediately after Water Sphere, you're holding back. That way you're safe. If you do get the CC off, right, then you can teleport in for a Cataclysm.
Alright, so here you will see me Water Sphere into a Fireball. Fireball Explosion. Back into a Water Sphere to get an Awakening. Hellfire into the group. Cataclysm Super Armor Spam. Bold Eyes Destruction into a Water Prison. Rotating CCs, rotating Super Armor, and cleaning up the group. Here you will see me teleport away, get the heal off, waiting for my opponent. Bold-eyed Super Armor to bait them into a Water Prison. They're too close. I grab them into a Cataclysm, back into another Water Prison just to finish off the second opponent.
However, Cataclysm is also another initiation CC. If someone is close to you, you can Cataclysm into a grab, into a Water Sphere, or Cataclysm into a grab, into a Returnando. That is your debuff, and that is going to allow you to continuously combo once your opponent is slowed, right? So a basic PvP combo is going to look something like this: Water Sphere into a Teleport, into a Cataclysm, into a Bold Eyes, into a Water Prison. Or you can Water Sphere into a Teleport, into a Cataclysm, into a Returnando, and then you can reposition, wait for them to get up, or you can Returnando into a grab, right? The point of your combos is to rotate your CCs with your debuffs. Returnando should be used the second you are able to continuously combo that opponent. That way you can pressure the opponent, right? So another good combo is going to be Water Sphere. If you're close enough, like if you're about the distance between me and this NPC, you can Water Sphere into a Hellfire, right? Again, Water Sphere into a Hellfire. Once you are close to the opponent, you finish the combo with a Cataclysm, you grab them into a Water Prison. And then again, you're just rotating CCs because at this point, you have the advantage. You're rotating Super Armor, rotating CCs, so the opponent cannot peel you off of the enemy unless they grab you. That's the only way you're going to stop a wizard's combination, is by grabbing, right? So for PvE clear, you are going to place a lava pool, Hellfire in, Cataclysm. Typically, honestly, if you have a Kudum, your mob should be dead by the time that combo is over. So you are cataclysming a group of mobs, because Cataclysm actually has its own aggro, and then you can teleport to another group of mobs, and then Cataclysm. I'm sorry. So you're lava pooling a group of mobs, teleporting to another group, and then you drop Cataclysm. Lava pool, teleport, Cataclysm. It's really hard for me to manage mana when I'm not actually hitting anything. But that being said, your PvE clear is very simple on Wizard. You want to stay as mobile while doing as much damage. So your lava pool, your Cataclysm, and your Hellfire are going to be your most used skills, right? If your Cataclysm is off cooldown and you are fighting a large group of mobs, you will then just go into a Water Prison. It's very simple to PvE on a wizard, but mainly you're going to want to be using your lava pool because it has its own aggro, and you can move to the next group of mobs, because any group of mobs that stands in your lava pool, once you have enough AP, it's just going to melt, literally melt, right? So let's say you're fighting an actual boss, such as Zarka, and you're utilizing all of your skills. One, make sure for PvE you have out your fire pet. And again, I'm sorry I missed it, but for PvP you want to have out your water pet if it's small scale. If it's large scale, you might want to have out your melee pet, because your melee pet is going to cleave groups of enemies and also protect you. But for PvE, you always want to have out your fire pet because it cleaves large groups of enemies. So let's say you're fighting a world boss or a large boss. You're going to lava pool into a hellfire. Hellfire is your main PvE skill because it does the same amounts of damage. Into a cataclysm, into a mole eyes, into a water prison, into a cataclysm, into a hellfire. That is going to be your main damage rotation on a PvE mob. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to let me know. I will try and get you guys as much information as possible. I know I dropped a lot on you, but I appreciate you for watching. Peace and love.